Tonight, the first of a 4-game set between the Frisco RoughRiders and your San Antonio Missions. Live baseball coming at you next here on the show. Lamont Finley, the great state man from Hawaii, will do the pitching here for the home squad here tonight. And gotta say, he is just ready to go here. Adrian Esquivel, the designated hitter, now stepping in the box to get us started here under the lights here tonight. As we get you set for a 7-game homestand, here's the first pitch. And the cutter is in there, and we are underway. Now the count now on 1. Our game time, 7:05 on this Thursday night. As we get you set for a 7-game homestand. And that's going to be drilled right to the hot corner. And they'll get him out at first, 1 down. Time to look at the starting lineups for the away team, and here it is. These guys are ready to play a game of baseball. And you got to see them right there for your own eyes. They're right here. And they're ready to play this game like no tomorrow. And I'll bring up Tom Katimer, the center fielder. 1 down in the inning with nobody on. Game time, 7:10 on this Thursday night. And 83 degrees, overcast, winds from 8 miles an hour blowing in from right field. So, gotta say, nice, warm, breezy evening. And now here's the 0-1. And that's going to be a line drive right in the center, a base hit. And they're now into the hit column. And that right there just lead off the top half of the first inning. I was going to say the bottom half, but that's for the home squad. And a cutter, 0-1. 4-game series against the Frisco RoughRiders. 3-game series to start up the beginning month, first Monday of August against the Corpus Christi Hooks. And that one gets fouled off, 0-2. I gotta say, last night's ball game, that was pretty good. I will say it right there. So San Antonio just gets butt whooped by Corpus Christi. And gotta say, they had a... Oh man, that drills them. And the runner at second and first will be in, and gotta say, they're gonna see just where that hit him. And I do believe it got him in his drive leg, but I think he's gonna be alright. Miguel Chavis, the first baseman, up now to the plate, and here's the first pitch. Cutter inside, now the count now 0-1. Early shout-outs to get into. We got fans watching from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. It's the Frisco RoughRiders. Frisco as well watching. And pretty much you had some Texas Ranger fans as well that coming in and watching. Because apparently Frisco is the affiliation of the Texas Rangers. San Antonio, the AA affiliate of the San Diego Padres. And what the heck is going on? Bases loaded. And now an error is going to be thrown on Serrano. So that right there, they're trying to get a double play. Instead, that ain't working. Bases loaded. And that one will be lucky it didn't wasn't fair. It was not fair. And that ball goes out of play. And another one goes out of play. Make it 0-2 now. Harold Gunner up here, bases loaded with one away here in the inning. And now here's the 0-2. And they'll get him out looking for the second out of the inning. And gotta say, just one more out to get out of this bases loaded jam. And gotta say, that right there, just pretty wild if you ask me. First pitch. And a cutter. Outside, ball one. Chris Hesman, the shortstop here tonight for the RoughRiders. Up to the plate as bases loaded with 2 outs. And a changeup. Now the count now 2-0. Here's the 2-0 delivery. And that's going to be line foul. Now the count now 2-1. Here's the 2-1. And he's going to swing and miss at that one. And now he's just one strikeout away from getting this one unscathed here in the top half of the first inning. Here's the 2-2. And that's a high pop-up. And the catcher gets that one, and they will avoid the danger as they will leave 3 stranded on bases. We go to the bottom half of the first, and there is no score. Austin Bibbin Dirks, the man from the state of Oregon, will do the pitching here. A right-handed pitcher. And here's his stats. ERA's at 4.67. And 20 walks and 38 strikeouts in his Texas League career as a Frisco RoughRider. And now here's the center fielder, Billy Richter, as we start the bottom half of the home first inning. And we are underway as a four-seam fastball is in the zone for strike one. Shout-outs to get to tonight. And also, don't forget, we have Thirsty Thursdays specialty here tonight. $2 drinks, $2 draft beer all night long here in tonight's game. As we play all the way till Wednesday. Play the Frisco RoughRiders for the final 4 games for their arrival here in San Antonio. Corpus Christi Hooks will come to San Antonio for 6 more games. And we'll have 3 more at Corpus Christi of the year. Four-seam fastball, now the count now 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And he's going to swing and miss, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Time now to give you the starting lineups of the home squad here tonight, and here it is. Into the box now, the shortstop, Ronnie Finch. Coming to the plate with 1 away, nobody on, and a scoreless ball game. And a four-seam fastball is in there for a code strike 1. Now the count now 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Nope. And that's down low, the four-seamer. And that would be the count 1-1. Bibbin Dirks, the right-handed pitcher from the state of Oregon, doing the pitching here tonight. Now here's the 1-1. And Finch is going to be swinging at that one. Goodness gracious. It's like he was chasing at butterflies. Give you last night's final line. 7-6, the final. Corpus Christi versing off the San Antonio Missions. And gotta say, that right there was a walk-off win for the Hooks. Now you have two guys down in the bottom of the first inning. And now bring up Felipe Rodriguez, the first baseman. 2 away in the inning with nobody on. Do apologize, that was my phone buzzing. Now he's put my phone on the countertop here. Now here's the 1-0. And that's going to be hit really high. And the left fielder got his eyes on it, and that will be the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top of inning number 2 and no score.
Leading off for Frisco,
Jermaine Grubbs, the right fielder, coming up here to start the top half of the second inning for the RoughRiders. And a cutter is in there, 0-1. Fans waving at us from section 102. Good evening, y'all. Welcome to the ball game. And hope y'all enjoy a 7-game homestand. We are here for a week. And after this, we'll be gone for 10 straight days. We take on the Frisco RoughRiders, the Arkansas Travelers for 3, and Northwest Arkansas for 3. And gotta say, we will be back on Tuesday night, August 18th, as we take on the Northwest Arkansas Naturals for the final 3 games of the year. And a cutter is in there. Now the count now 2-2. Don't forget, we will take on the Arkansas Travelers beginning on Friday night, August 21st. And we will have a weekend baseball. A 6-game home series. And line right to the third baseman for out number 1. And time to give you your defensive lineups for the Missions here, and here it is. And patrolling in center field is Billy Richter. I can't emphasize this enough. When you have a great center fielder, you got to have the great confidence of trusting him to get the job done. And his job is to catch those balls out in center. Kevin Perrette coming up here with 1 down in the inning as he takes a cutter. 91 miles an hour, called for a strike, 0-1. Pitch count from Lamont Finley, already a quarter of 25. And that's going to be lined right to first baseman. He'll take it himself for the second out of the inning. And now I'll bring up Gerardo Marquez, the catcher here tonight. Marquez will be a Frisco catcher until he is moved up into AAA level baseball. Let's say we've had a guy really well who just loved being for the San Antonio Missions, and he's a pretty good pitcher on the mound. And that's going to be line drive. That's going to be trouble. And he's around, and that's going to be a 2-out triple right there here in the top half of the second inning.
Now batting, designated hitter, Adrian.
And now I bring up the designated hitter, Adrian Esquivel. A base hit right here gets them a 1-0 early lead. And a cutter. Now the count now on 1. Base runner at third with 2 outs here. And the top of inning number 2 against the Frisco RoughRiders. And that's going to be a fair ball. And there's their first run already plated. And that's going to get away. What the heck? And that's going to be another throwing error. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. That right there, you don't see that every day. And another error for San Antonio. And don't know why, but that right there, just going to hit them really hard right where they hurt. Now here's the 1-0. And a curveball outside. Now the count now 2-0. Pitch count now 32 for Lamont Fenley. And that's going to be lined right there. And that will be the final out of the inning. Okay, I stand corrected. They didn't count that as an error, but 1 run on a few base hits, no errors. And we go to the bottom of the second. And we got Edgar Armas coming up here. Now I thought that was going to be a throwing error in the top half of the second inning, but I do stand corrected. And that 4-seam fastball gets fouled off, and now he's in 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And the changeup. Now the count now 2-1. Two and 1. And that's at the knees. Code strike 2, and now they're evened up at 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And that one gets fouled off. He protected the plate. And he'll get. Here's the 2-2. And that's going to be hit. And they'll get him out at first. 1 down. Time to give you your defensive lineups here tonight for the RoughRiders. And you got behind the plate now Gerardo Marquez, the catcher. And Austin Bibbin Dirks out on the mound for the RoughRiders tonight. And the designated hitter, Robbie Hunt, coming up here. 1 down in the inning with nobody on here in a 1-0 early lead. Frisco coming up here. Top of inning number 2, they scored a run. And got to say that run came in. San Antonio having 1 error on them. Got to say, somebody got an error. I think it was the second baseman who got tagged with that error. Now the 1-1. And swing and slider. Oh my goodness. And that will be the count 1-2. 1-2. And the slider gets Hunt chasing for the second out of the inning. And my goodness, I don't know what he was chasing, but I guess it was butterflies or trying to hit the pterodactyl in the head. I don't know what, but I guess that's what he was chasing, a pterodactyl. Roger Serrano, the third baseman. Yeah, probably whack it in the head. Yeah, just kill it already. 4-seam fastball. Now in the count 1-0, and here's the 1-0. Four-seam fastball will even things up at 1-1. Don't forget our 7-game homestand underway here tonight. 4 games set against the Frisco RoughRiders. 3 games against Corpus Christi. And then after that, Thursday, August 6th, we start our 10 away series. Play the Frisco RoughRiders for 4. And then we go to Northwest Arkansas for 3. And we go to Arkansas for 3. We'll be back on Tuesday, August 18th, taking on the Northwest Arkansas Naturals to start up a 6-game homestand. And after that, we are on the road for 7 more times of the year. And we will continue this conversation as we go to the top of the 3rd. And we are 1-0 here in this one. Luis Hernandez, the second baseman, was a single in the first. He's 1 for 1 as we start the top half of the 3rd inning for the RoughRiders here today. And that's going to be line foul. So San Antonio will head to Frisco at least 7 more times of the year. Or should I say 8 more times. And looking at my schedule, I do stand corrected once again. It is 8 more times. And uh-oh, I'm just muttering words. Frisco will be here in San Antonio for the final 4 times of this current season. I'm going to say San Antonio is going to Frisco, and I don't know why I was staggering on my words, but goodness gracious. And a cutter. Now the count now 1-0. Here we got Frisco and Corpus Christi on Tuesday, August 25th. We're back home on September 1st, as we will have 1 more week of baseball to deal with. And a cutter. Now the count now 1-1. So playing on Tuesday, September 1st, the Midland Rockhounds, 4-game set. And the final 3 games of the year for Corpus Christi. Now here's the 1-2. And that's going to be lined right in the center. Chasing after it, the center fielder makes the catch. What a play. And that's for the 2nd out of the inning. I thought that was going to be trouble right there. And now bring up Harold Gunner, the 3rd baseman. 0 for 1, a strikeout in the 1st inning. And goodness gracious, the center fielder just grabbed that one out of thin air. And that one's going to be lined right there, and that will do it. The inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors as we go through the top half of the 3rd, and we are on to the bottom of the 3rd coming up. Howard Ferguson, the left fielder, will start the home half of the 3rd inning for the San Antonio Missions. As we get you set right here. Bottom of the 3rd ready to go, and here we go with it. And a slider, it misses outside, ball 1. We are underway. Here's the 1-0. And that 4-seam fastball at the knees for a code strike 1, and that's 1-1. And a slider right in the middle of the zone. Now the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2. And the 4-seam fastball is fouled off and still holding on tight. Now still holding 1-2. Now here's the 1-2. And look out, that one nearly got him. Ball 2. Bibbin Dirks, a right-handed pitcher from the state of Oregon.
The count is full, 3-2.
Oregon State, where he's from. And on deck, Kenny McClendon for the San Antonio Missions. 3-2. And that one gets fouled off, and he's still holding on to a 3-2 full count. Here's the 3-2. Lined right there, foul. Here's another 3-2 delivery. And that's going to be high pop-up. The catcher has his sight on it. Makes the catch. 1 down.
Batting 8, second baseman, Kenny McClendon.
Now bring up the second baseman, Kenny McClendon. Age 26 here. Guy's good for the San Diego Padres. And that's going to be lined. Is that going to be fair? No, it will not. It goes out of play. And the ball goes foul at the very last second. And a curveball gets in there. Now the count now 0-2. Now here's the 0-2. And that'll be hit to the shortstop. And they'll get him out at first. 2 down.
Batting 9, catcher, Chad Taylor.
And now bring up Chad Taylor, the catcher here tonight for San Antonio. Looking to get on base and keep the third inning alive. Hopefully that day is coming for him. And the slider gets fouled off, and now the count now 0-1. Pitch count for Frisco, 40 so far. Austin Bibbin Dirks, the right-handed pitcher from state of Oregon. Now we'll say that's his birthplace, Oregon. Now the 1-1. And swing and miss, and he's going to have him chasing. Now the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And they get him out chasing for the final out of the inning. And that is a 1-2-3 inning right there. We're back in the commercial messages here from our friends from Taco Bell. Top of the 4th coming up in just a few short moments. Back here for Texas League Baseball on this Thursday night as we get you set for the top half of the 4th inning. And stepping in, Chris Hesman, the shortstop. And we are underway as a cutter misses outside, ball 1. Beautiful crowd we have here tonight as we play a 7-game homestand, and that's going to be drilled. Oh my goodness, that one's gone. And Chris Hesman gets a solo home run. And oh my goodness gracious, that is going to confuse a pitcher like in the no doubt. And that will definitely happen. And without a doubt, that ball is gone 395 feet in the air. And as you can see from our instant replay, you can see it right there. And it was fair, and gotta say that lady just caught it with her bare hands. Oh man. She just snatched that one out. And that's going to be Jermaine Grubbs. And he's going to pop it up here. And the second baseman will take this one for the first out of the inning. It's time to give you the pitch speed comparison. And got to say, we are tied at 93 miles an hour. And these boys are just throwing it hard today. They're just trying to see who's better here this evening. Kevin Perrette, the left fielder, he was ground out in the second inning. And the cutter is in there, 0-1. Pitch count now for San Antonio. 45 pitches for Lamont Finley here. Finley pitching one heck of a game, and now a cutter, 0-2. Do believe he's going to have a few more innings before he is retired out of this ball game. Or hoping he could get it to the 7th inning without any trouble. And that's going to be a strikeout right there. And Finley gets that second out he was looking for. And that was just a beautiful strikeout. Just look at it again. Picks him off right there, and that just gets him out for the second out of the inning. And it's a beautiful cutter in there. Now the count now on 1, and I'll bring up the catcher Gerardo Marquez. He was a triple and a run, 1-for-1 here tonight. And now here's the 0-1. And that curveball gets fouled off. Now the count on 2. Here's the 0-2. And a slider at the knees. And now the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2 knockout punch. And look out. That one nearly got people. Another 1-2 knockout. And that knocked him completely down right there. The final out of the inning. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and the RoughRiders up front, 2-0. Leading off the inning, Billy Richter, the center fielder, 0-for-1, a strikeout in the first inning. Will start the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch count for Frisco now 43 as we're into this one. First pitch on its way. And that's going to be line foul, right and right. Now here's the 0-1. And that one's going to be nailed. Right there, the right fielder has it. 1 down. So Richter will go down. And now bring up the shortstop, Rodney Finch. A strikeout in the first inning. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be hit to the first baseman. And that will be another out right there. Make that 2 away so far in this inning. And now bring up Felipe Rodriguez. 0-for-1, a fly out in the first inning. Hoping to get in the hit column and also the run column. And the slider is in the strike zone. Now the count now on 1. Here's the 0-1. And did he go? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. Strike 2. I don't know if he just swung or whatever it is, but I don't think he did. I think the home plate umpire just wants to get this game over with so he could go out and watch TV or do whatever he has to. Probably do umpire work, you know. Go into a practice batting cage. Or use the field here for practice. We do allow that. 2-2. And that's ball 3. And on deck now, Edgar Armas. Don't forget, batting practice is always at 5 o'clock during the weekday games. And that's ball 4. And now the first runner of a 2-out base walk is now in the wings here. So 5 o'clock, the fans will show up at 6 o'clock. Gates open at 6 o'clock. And they will wait for at least 1 full hour before the game begins. And a 4-seam fastball, now in the count, 1-0. So gotta say, tonight is Thirsty Thursday. Don't forget our drinks and our concession stands for just $2. That's right, $2 whole. And a 4-seam fastball, now in the count, 2-0. Now here's the 2-0. Outside, ball 3, changeup, and now it's 3-0. And on deck now, Robbie Hunt. Here's the 3-0. And that's up top, ball 4. And Bibbin Dirks just struggling a little bit. He just now walked his second guy already. And now bring up Robbie Hunt, the DH here tonight. Strikeout in the second inning, 0 for 1 here. Now here's the first pitch. And did he go around? No, he held up at time, ball 1. Now, good thing he didn't overrule that and said that was a strike right there, because I don't think that was true enough right there. He didn't swing. Now here's the 1-0. And that's outside, ball 2. And a 4-seam fastball. So I don't know what's going on with Bibbin Dirks. He's struggling. He walked 2 guys on already. Got a man in scoring position at second. You got a leadoff guy at first. And that's ball 3. And on deck now, Roger Serrano. And I don't know what he's trying to do. He's one more ball from getting bases loaded. And that's bases loaded right there. He just walked in another one. And goodness gracious me, he was doing really well. And now the heat is probably getting to him. And now I bring up Roger Serrano, the third baseman. He strike out in the second inning, 0 for 1. A bases loaded opportunity and a grand slam right here could be well in the works. And that one is outside, ball 1. Got Hunt at first, Armas at second, and Rodriguez at third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that's too high, ball 2. No 4-seam fastball, misses outside. And don't know what the heck his problem is. He's just not finding the strike zone. And ball 3 again. Goodness gracious. Now on deck, Howard Ferguson. So the first run could be walked across here. And 3-0. And that's a strike right there at the knees. And now the count now 3-1. Walks 3 guys. And potentially a 4th in the wings here tonight. 3-1. And that's a full count right there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And hoping that he could get on base to keep this inning alive. Hopefully that will come. 3-2. And a swing and a miss. My goodness gracious. Gets him out fooled right there for the final out of the inning. And we nearly had a runner coming in trying to score. And we go to the top half of the 5th. We'll talk about this discussion here. And now bring up Adrian Esquivel. The bases were loaded. And San Antonio nearly had their first run to be plated. It's going to be a base hit, and that will be a leadoff single with nobody out. And he's stealing. And he's going to steal from first to go to second. And now you got a guy in scoring position. And a cutter outside, ball 2. So 55 pitches so far. And we're going to see a pitching change here as the manager's coming out. And that's going to bring in Keenan McDaniel. So that will do it for the starting pitcher here tonight for the Missions. Finley is going to be retired early. And gotta say, I don't think he's doing too well at all. He's just giving up hits and can't show a sign of weakness. I will say that right there. Because if you show a sign of weakness, it's going to get to you. It'll get under your skin. And it'll be really hard to look forward to winning this one here tonight. San Antonio losing a 2-game losing streak as they took 2 games losing against Corpus Christi. And there's another one. And he will steal second from third. Goodness gracious. And this guy, I don't know. He's in scoring position and there's still nobody out. Guys are probably watching saying, what the heck? 2-1, here it is. And the changeup gets fouled off, and now the count now 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And that's a running fastball, ball 3. And now he's on a 3-2 full count now. On deck for the RoughRiders, Luis Hernandez. There's the 3-2. And that's going to be lined right into the visitor bullpen. Still hanging on to dear life. Here's a 3-2. And that's going to be a base hit right there. And they will plate their 3rd run as the run comes in across the score, making it a 3-0 ball game.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, Luis Hernandez.
And now bring up Luis Hernandez with a base runner at first and still nobody out here in the top half of the 5th inning. Hernandez, the second baseman here tonight, a single in the 1st inning. He is, I'm going to say, 1 for 2 here tonight in this contest. And a changeup now in the count 0-2. Top half of the 5th, 3-0 our score here. And that is strike 3 at the knees. Gets him fooled right there for the first out of the inning.
First baseman, number 8, Miguel Chavis.
And now bring up Miguel Chavis. And he's going to swing and miss at that one. Goodness gracious me. Chavis was a fly out, reached on an error, 0 for 2. And now there's another one. And they're going to pick him off right there. That's a great play for the second out of the inning. My goodness gracious. What a throw. We got to look at this again. Yeah, toing, right in the kisser. Gets him out looking right there. Beautiful catch right there. That catcher's going to get a lot of high fives. What a play, what a play. 0-2. And that one gets fouled off a slider. And still holding on now, 0-2. That is something that you don't see every day, but now you saw it. Your eyes don't deceive you. And a running fastball gets him down looking, and that will do it. The inning is over. 1 run on 2 base hits, no errors, and we go to the bottom half of the 5th as we have a 3-0 score here. I was going to say no score, but Howard Ferguson, the left fielder, stepping up to do the bottom half of the 5th inning. And now here's the pitch. And that two-seam fastball is in the zone. 90 miles an hour, called for a strike, 0-1. 3-0 our score. Bottom of the 5th, San Antonio is trying to get on the board as they tried to the last time. Bases were loaded in the bottom of the 4th inning. And they should have had a grand slam opportunity to get them back in this one, and that changeup is going to be in the middle for a strike. Now the count 1 ball, 2 strikes, and now we got the righties Sammy Flood and Sampson warming up in the bullpen for the RoughRiders. Here's a ball and 2 strikes. Here it is, and that's going to be line danger. It is, and that's going to be a base hit, and they're into the hit column, and the ball gets away. Oh man. And that's going to be a no-out triple right there. And that's how you start a bottom half of the 5th inning like no tomorrow. Look at this ball. And now bring up Kenny McClendon, looking to drive in a run or 2, or maybe try to get this game tied up and stuff. 4-seam fastball, now the count 0-1, and ground out in 3rd inning, 0 for 1, Kenny McClendon. McClendon tonight at second base, that's where his position is. Now here's the 0-1. And that's going to be lined right there. And they will get him out with a sacrifice fly, and that will plate the mission's first run. Coming across to score. And they are well in front of a 2-run lead. Frisco leading those 2 runs. Bottom of the 5th with 1 out and nobody on after the sacrifice fly. You trade a out for a run, and I gotta say that right there is a pretty good technique right there. 73 pitches so far for Frisco. Austin Bibbin-Dirks, the right-handed pitcher from the state of Oregon. Gotta say, he's really good here in the Texas League as the Texas Rangers. And now here's the 1-1. And a 4-seam fastball. Now in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3/4 of the way to 100 pitches. And now here's the 1-2 delivery. And a changeup will get him out there for the second out of the inning. So goodness gracious. And now bring up Billy Richter up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that four-seam fastball is at the knees. Richter was a strikeout and flyout. He was 0 for 2 here this evening. Three to 1 our score, bottom of the fifth with 2 outs. And a four-seam fastball. Now in the count 2-0. So gotta say, Austin Bibbin Dirks was walking guys. He walked a whole 3. Bases got loaded. Bottom of the 4th inning. And there's another one. Now 3-0. So 3 whole guys that he walked. And gotta say, this could be a potential 4th right here. Here's the 3-0. And that one is up top here. And now the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1. And that's going to be line foul. And now he's in a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Last of the 5th. Here it is. And that right there is a curveball. Strike 3 called. And that will end the inning. No runs. Well, 1 hit, 1 run. We go to the top half of the 6th, and the RoughRiders out front 3-1. Harold Gunner, the third baseman, will start the top half of the 6th inning for the RoughRiders. As we get you set for this one here tonight, Keenan McDaniel on the mound for San Antonio. And we are underway, top half of the 6th, as a running fastball misses outside. That's for the ball, 1-0. Great time for a 7-game homestand. We take on the Frisco RoughRiders for a 4-game set. Take on the Corpus Christi Hooks for the final 3 games of this 7-game homestand. We are gone for 10. Beginning on Thursday, August 6th, as the Missions are at Frisco for 4 games. And don't forget, we are at Arkansas for 3, Northwest Arkansas for 3. So we are gone for 10 straight days. And we'll be back on Tuesday, August 18th, as we take on the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. Line right there to the shortstop. I'll get him out right there for the first out of the inning. Well done right there. And that'll bring up Chris Hesman. And got to look at him. He was a 2-run home run right here in the top half of the 4th inning. And I got to say, that right there, just pretty well as he done that one. And now here's the pitch. And he's going to swing and miss at the running fastball. That was a clean shot right there. Goodness gracious. And now here's the 0-1 delivery. And a running fastball is in there for a code strike number 2. Here's the 0-2 delivery. And a running fastball misses outside, ball 1. Here's a 1-2 delivery. And the slider misses outside, ball 2. Now the count even things up at 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And that's going to be high pop-up. Chasing after it, the first baseman makes the catch, and that will be 2 outs.
Now batting, right fielder, Jermaine Grubbs.
And now bring up Jermaine Grubbs, the right fielder. Pop out, lined out 0 for 2 here tonight for the RoughRiders. Top half of the 6th. And we are just almost through this top half with the final out. McDaniel getting out 2 so far. I've got to say, his work is really cut out for him. And that's going to be line right there. And the left fielder gets that one. And that will be the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And the RoughRiders up front, 3-1.
Your attention, please.
Sammy Flood will be called in
Number 10.
to do the pitching here for the bottom of the home 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th inning, and stepping in the shortstop Ronnie Finch. Coming up to start this one. Cloudy evening here tonight here in San Antonio, Texas. Two-seam fastball, now in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Tying run on the on-deck circle now as he is getting ready to do his batting swings. And that's going to be fouled off. Now in the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a 1-1 delivery. And that change up outside, ball 2. Now we have another righty and lefty warming up in the bullpen. Two and 1, here it is. And he's going to swing at the sinker. Now the count now 2-2. Manager's just looking at him like, why would you swing at that? Think he's going to have to go back to the video room and just watch a video on how you should make your swings. No, pretty much it's a long season, and it's just one of those seasons that are just too long. And gotta say, it's the best thing in baseball. You play through the start of April and all the way to September, hoping to get into the playoffs. And that's a 3-2 full count. On deck, Felipe Rodriguez. So got to say, right now, Midland Rockhounds up in first place in the second half of this season. And got to say, that right there, pretty good. 3-2 full count. And here's the pitch. And another one goes foul, just confusing the heck out of the pitcher on the mound. And still holding on to a 3-2 full count. Here it is. And another one. He's like, I want to hit something that I'm going to hit with. And now here's another one, 3-2. And that hits him. And they will pick him off at first as he swings and misses, a strikeout to the pitcher on the mound. And Flood will get that strikeout. Another instant replay right here. And that will get him down for the first out of the inning. Already dark. And gotta say, the cloud cover just sinks in, and it is now a cloudy, warm night, I will say it, through the month of July, the remainder of it. Here's the 0-1. And a changeup gets him out chasing. 0-2. Bottom of the 6th inning, 3-1 our score here. The Frisco RoughRiders playing their last 4 games at San Antonio of the year. Now here's the 0-2. Sinker outside. Now the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Missions will have 8 final games of the year for the final 8 times against the RoughRiders. So Frisco fans who get to see the San Antonio missions. And the count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes on deck now. Edgar Aramis. Oh. we are back here on the show as we are still underway of this game. 3-2 full count by Felipe Rodriguez, who's hoping to get on base. And he's going to keep fouling those off. Three and two. And is that going to be fair? No, it's not. And that will get him out chasing. And that right there will be the second out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 12, Edgar Armas.
And now bring up Edgar Armas, the right fielder. And that's going to be a fair ball. And he's running hard. He's digging for second. And he's in there. And that right there, the tying run now comes up to the plate. Gonna be a base hit right up the middle. And he's coming home with it. And another run will come in across the score, and now it's a chip to a 1 deficit lead.
Now batting, third baseman, Roger Serrano.
Now bring up Roger Serrano. Up to the plate now with base runner at first, 2 outs. Gotta say, a run that came in across the score here. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. And the changeup, he swings after it. Now the count now 1-1. And a 2-seam fastball. Now in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. And now on deck, Howard Ferguson. Three balls, 1 strike. And that is ball 4. And oh my goodness, you hear somebody just yelling. And I don't think he's happy with that home plate umpire. And gotta say, the tying run will now move up into second. Go ahead run will be at first. Now bring up Howard Ferguson. 2-seam fastball. You got Serrano and Hunt. Hunt is the tying run of this ball game. And a 2-seam fastball. Now on the count, 1 ball and gotta say 1 strike. There we go. Popping up right there. And a ball and 2 strikes in the changeup. Now in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one's going to be fouled off. One and two. And that 2-seam fastball misses. Now the count now 2-2. And the sinker. Still holding on tight. Now the count now still holds at 2-2. And now the count now is full. Now 3-2, and on deck Kenny McClendon. Here's the 3-2. Three and two. And that one still remains holding on. Ferguson just still keeping close tabs on the ball. 3-2 with 2 outs, 2-1, 3-2 our score. And he will swing and miss, and that will do it for the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 run on a couple base hits, no errors, and we go to the top of the 7th, and Frisco up by 1, 3-2. Back here for Texas League Baseball on this Thursday night, and gotta say we got a 3-2 full score here as we look at your line scores and as we get you set for the top half of the 7th. Kevin Perrette, the left fielder, was a strikeout and a ground out.
Kevin Perrette.
Now here's the first pitch. And now the count now 0-1. And a slider gets 0-2. And he's in an 0-2 hole right now, Perrette. Now the 0-2 delivery. And a slider outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And that changeup gets him out swinging for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, catcher, Geraldo Marquez.
And now bring up the catcher, Gerardo Marquez. And uh-oh. Oh, man. That one's high. That one's gone. And that solo home run will give them another run on the board. And they are up by 2.
Now batting, designated hitter, Adrian.
And a running fastball. Misses outside, ball 1 to Adrian Esquivel, who was a triple, single, and RBI 2 for 3 here tonight. Now here's the 1-0.
The center fielder, number 1, Tom Cattermer.
And now bring up the center fielder, Tom Cattermer. 2 singles, an RBI, and 2 for 3. A steal is coming. There it is. And he will steal from first to second, and he makes it in safely. Show Track leads that lead distance 10 and 5 foot. Max speed 18.59. And he's just fast like lightning. And a changeup. Now in the count 0-2. Oh and 2.
Nope. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
1-2. And a swing and a miss. And that is strike 3 swinging, and that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Hernandez.
And now bring up Luis Hernandez with a base runner at second and 2 away here in this inning. Hernandez was a single in the first inning. He was 1 for 3. 0-1. And that's going to be lined right to first, and that's out number 3, and that will do it. It's time to get up and stretch as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th. And the RoughRiders up front 4-2. Kenny McClendon, the second baseman, 2 groundouts and RBI, came across to score here in this game. And a changeup. Now in the count 1-0. Bottom of the 7th already going, and 4-2 our score here. As the RoughRiders will lead this first of this 4 games. Changeup in the middle for a code strike 1, and we're even things up at 1-1. And a changeup. Now in the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that will miss down low in the dirt. That's ball 2.
You got a full count. 3-2.
And now on deck, Chad Taylor. And now be hit to the shortstop. And they'll get him out at first, 1 down.
Now batting, catcher, Chad Taylor.
And now bring up the shortstop, Chad Taylor. And that's going to be line foul on 1. Oh, and 2, here it is. And the sinker gets him out for the first out of the inning. Or correction, do stand corrected again today, 2 down in the inning. Line drive right there. And they can't make the play, as that will be considered a base hit right there. So tying run up now to the plate, and now be the shortstop Rodney Finch, 0 for 3, strikeout in the 6th inning. And hoping to get the tying run across to score. And hopefully to win this one by the 9th inning's arrival. So hopefully that is well in the works, gentlemen. And ladies also, for those that are watching here tonight.
Nope.
Sinker, now the count now 1-1. Now the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Count now 2-1. And a changeup swings and misses. Now the count now 2-2. Now the 2-2. And that's going to be lined right there. The first baseman, he's going to step on that bag, and that will do it. The inning is over. We go to the top half of the 8th coming up, and Frisco still leading this one 4-2. Top of the 8th, and stepping in, Miguel Chavis, the first baseman. 6 outs remain for both teams here tonight. And pretty much this ball game is nearly to its end on this Thursday night. Back tomorrow night at 7:05 as we continue this 4-game final series between the RoughRiders and the San Antonio Missions, being here in the Alamo City of San Antonio. Now the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. And don't forget that San Antonio will have 8 more games at Frisco of the year. And a running fastball. Now the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. And that's going to be lined foul right and left. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. And a changeup. Now the count 2-2. 2-2. Two and two. Slider outside, ball 3. And on deck, Harold Gunner. Here's 3-2. And that swing and miss on the running fastball, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Harold Gunter.
Now bring in Harold Gunner. Running fastball. The third baseman. Ground out in the 6th inning, 0 for 1 here tonight. Now here the count, 0-1, here it is. And slider in there, 0-2.
No, inside.
And now Keno McDaniel. You see his pitch count right there. Just for a brief few seconds. And he's going to be approaching the end of the line, as this will be the 8th and final inning for him. Make that 2 down, and gotta say pitch count now close to 50. He needs 1 more in there. Chris Hesman, the shortstop, was a solo home run in the 4th inning. 1 for 3 in this game here tonight. Change up outside, ball 1. Keenan McDaniel, 12 balls, 38 strikes, total so far 50. As he's about finished here tonight. And that's going to be lined right there, a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, here it is. Outside the changeup. Now the count now 2-1. And now time is going to be called here, as here comes the manager. And we're going to see pitching change here, as that will bring in Ramon Cortez.
Number 9.
Cortez coming in and only needs 1 more out to get out of the top half of the 8th and try to get into the bottom of the 8th inning as quickly as possible. Now here's first pitch by Cortez. Here it is. And a 2-seam fastball makes him swing and miss. Getting a little jumpy there, boy. And the count now 2-2. And that will be a leadoff double with 2 outs.
Now batting, right fielder, Jermaine Grubb.
And a 2-seam fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Jermaine Grubb's a right fielder, 0 for 3, lined out in the 6th inning. And a 2-seam fastball. Now in the count, 1-1. 2 outs, a base runner at second. 4-2 our score, top of the 8th. And that's going to be, uh-oh. You get a little disoriented there. He throws to second instead of first. And that will be a decision base hit right there. Kevin Perrette, the left fielder, 0 for 3, a strikeout in the 7th inning. And a changeup. Now in the count, 0-1. 85 miles an hour, and we got corners loaded up, first and third, with 2 outs, and looking to avoid getting shanghaied around really good. The count now 0-2. That one is that a home run? And yes, it is a 3-run home run. And oh man, I don't know if they do, because that right there, crazy. Now Cortez out of confidence. Holy cow. And he's going to have a 2-seamer in there for a code strike 1. 2 for 3 home run, triple RBI. Frisco winning this one. It looks like they're going to win this one. First of 4 games. And now a slider gets him out chasing, and they are down against it. Final strike of this top half of the 8th. And the slider down low outside, ball 1. One and 2. And now we're going to see another pitching change here as Guy Shipman is going to be called to the mound here. And he's got 1 out to get out at the top half of the 8th. A 3-run home run has really cooked their goose here tonight. And I do believe that this will be an inning that will finally decide that this one has already been won by the opposing team here tonight. And that's going to be a base hit, and that will drop into left. And still having no luck of getting that out, but hopefully that out is coming pretty soon. Adrian Esquivel, 3 for 4, triple, 2 singles, and an RBI. And that's going to drill him. Oh my goodness. And now you got first to second now with still just 2 outs in the inning. And a 4-seam fastball. Now in the count, 0-1. Tom Katimer, the center fielder, 2 for 4, 2 singles, and an RBI. And now here's the 0-1. And that's going to be popped up. And the shortstop will get this one. And that will conclude the 8th inning. Here's another shot at the 3-run home run. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, and the RoughRiders up a 7-2 lead. Bottom of the 8th, and stepping in Felipe Rodriguez, the first baseman. Coming up now to do the bottom of the home 8th. And if you're just in tune with getting shout-outs, this is the last of getting a shout-out. So if you're on YouTube Live, make sure that you get your shout-outs before the 3rd out of this 8th inning. Change up outside. Now the count now 1-1, and got a righty and a lefty, Goetz and Pelham, warming up in the RoughRiders bullpen. Now the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Here it is. And a sinker. Now the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. Outside changeup, and that will be low. Now the count now 2-2. Beautiful crowd we have here on this Thursday night. Back home as we took on a 7-game set. We were at Midland for 4 and Corpus Christi for 3. And that will miss ball 4. And Flood just walked his first guy, and we go back to the top of the order now. Rodriguez at first, and that will bring in Edgar Armas, the right fielder, a 1-for-2 double and a run here in tonight's contest. And got to say, down to their final 6 outs here this evening. And change up outside, ball 1. Count now 1-0 in this one. And that's going to be line right and to right, and that's going to be land foul. One ball, 1 strike. Here it is, and a change up at the knees called for strike 2. And the sinker gets him out looking for strike 3. 1 away. Robbie Hunt, the designated hitter, 1 for 2, a single and an RBI. And a 2-seam fastball. Now in the count, 0-1. Oh, and 2 with the changeup. Gotta say, a beautiful shot of our stadium right here. Yeah, beautiful crowd here on this Thursday night. Just beautiful. Thank you guys for tuning in. 0-2. Up top, 2-seam fastball. Now in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. That's going to be lined right there. Base hit in the center. And narrow board now with just still 1 out in the inning.
Now batting, third baseman.
And the game sure is on the line for the Missions here tonight.
Ball 1, no strike.
And now bring up Roger Serrano, third baseman. He was a walk in the 6th inning, 0 for 2. Gotta say, walks are pretty good, especially when you have a 4-pitch walk. You get on base early. Change up outside, ball 2. First to second with 1 out. 7-2 our score. Bottom of the 8th with a Frisco leading it. Now, oh man, I can stand corrected all night long if I wanted to. I thought that was going to be in outside, ball 3. Instead, it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Here it is.
Nope, outside.
And that's outside, ball 3. And on deck now, Howard Ferguson for San Antonio. Here's the 3-1. And that's tailor-made 3-6-5 double play, and that will get him out unscathed. And at the end of the 8th came a thunderous 3-6-5 double play. And that right there is the inning. Top of the 9th, set to go. And we are ready for it. Luis Hernandez, the second baseman, stepping in the box.
Hernandez.
And four-seam fastball. We are underway. Top of the 9th. 3 outs remain for both sides. Frisco and Missions. Shipman. Here's the pitch. Outside cutter. Ball 1. Don't forget, tomorrow night our game at 7 o'clock. And we need to take a look at the weather. It is going to be a beautiful sunny afternoon. Maybe a few clouds in the area tomorrow night, as we have Friday night baseball, a second of this 4-game set against Frisco. 7-game homestand, 4 against Frisco, 3 against Corpus Christi. And that's going to be line right there, first out of the inning, and that's how the 9th inning gets underway right there. And now bring up Miguel Chavis, the first baseman, 0 for 4, a strikeout in the 8th inning. Four-seam fastball, now in the count, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And that slider gets fouled off, and now he's in an 0-2 hole. Gotta say, he's digging himself a hole, and he's going to put himself right in there. And that's an 0-2 right there, and that's going to be fouled off, a slider. The count now, still holding 0-2. Here's the next pitch, 0-2. And that will dig him right there. Strike 3 called. And that's 2 away, and they are down to their final out of this evening. And now bring up Harold Gunner. Up to the plate now. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be lined right in the left. And that will do it. The inning is over. We go to the bottom half of the 9th, and the RoughRiders up front 7-2 here in Thursday Night Baseball.
Your attention, please.
Michael Goetz will take the mound for the away team here tonight to close the door on this one and to greatly get an open save here in this one. Howard Ferguson, the left fielder, was a 1 for 3, a triple and a run. And a four-seam fastball. Now in the count, 0-1. Got some lefties now coming in. Pelham and Castro. 3 outs remain for San Antonio to come back and rally in this one. And that is going to nail him. And Ferguson will get nailed in the leg. Look at this replay right there. Right there. Hit him in the leg. And he will get a walk right there. Base runner at first, Ferguson. And that one is a slider outside. Now the count now 1-0 to Kenny McClendon. Ground out in the 7th inning, 0 for 3. Base runner at first, nobody out. And the slider misses up top, ball 2. Gotta say, a pretty good thing right there is seeing that happen. You get a free pass by getting hit. And a four-seam fastball. Now on the count, 2-1. 2-1. And a circle change gets him out in there for strike 2, and now the count holds at 2-2. Two and two, and that's ball 3. Now the count now 3 balls, 2 strikes, and on deck Chad Taylor. Three and 2, and did he go? No, he didn't. Ball 4 right there, another walk. And lucky he got to hold up in that one. My goodness. That gets your blood and your heart pumping faster. Jeez. He held up right in time. The umpire ruled he did not swing. What a way to go right there. And now bring up the next batter. And that circle change comes in. Now the count 1-0. Taylor up to the plate now. And a 4-seam fastball. Now the count 1-1. Pitch count now for the guy on the mound for Frisco. Pitch is now 10 so far through his first inning to try to get a save here tonight. And that's ball 2, 4-seamer. And still nobody out with base runner at first and second. Our score tonight, 7-2 in a Frisco lead. Circle change, now 3-1. And on deck now, Billy Richter. Richter coming in on the on-deck circle, and they're going to try to get a bases loaded here. So get bases loaded and try to get a ball game tied. And that's going to be a full count right there on the 4-seam fastball. They'll even load it up at 3-2. Here's the 3-2. And that is ball 4. Bases are loaded. Again in the bottom of the 9th inning. And now Luis Castro coming up now doing the pitching change here. And you got bases loaded with still nobody out. And a grand slam possibility could get this game tied. And Billy Richter could be the guy out in front here this evening. So hopefully a grand slam will come in the works here. And that 4-seam fastball outside, ball 1, 4-seamer. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And that is up top, ball 2. Now the count now 2 balls, no strikes. And now here's the 2-0. In there, 4-seam fastball. Right at the knees for a code strike. Now the count now 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Outside, ball 3. And on deck now, Rodney Finch. Three balls and a strike. Here it is. And ball 4. Here comes a run. And bases are still loaded. And now the winning run is coming up at the plate. And still nobody out. This is getting interesting. Ronnie Finch's shortstop is the winning run of this ball game. If he could try to launch one here. And that change up at the knees for strike 1. 0-1 here. Bases still remain loaded here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 7-3 our score. Winning run at the plate. And a 4-seam fastball. Now in the count. 0-2. Hoping to pull the rabbit out of the hat here. Looking for the strike. Here it is. And that slider nearly plunks him. RoughRiders 7-3, bottom of the ninth. You got what you see right there. First, second, and third loaded with still nobody out. The Grand Slam wins it. And change up outside, ball 2. Now the count now holds at 2-2. Here is the 2-2. And that one gets fouled off, and he's holding on tight, hoping that will come. A grand slam will win the ball game. And that is strike 3 called. He goes down for the first out of the inning, and bases are still loaded here. And looking to get this ball game in the favor of the San Antonio Missions. And a four-seam fastball, now in the count, 0-1. Felipe Rodriguez, 0 for 2, 2 walks here tonight. The 0-1. And look out, that one nearly got away from him, ball 1. Make sure you come back with us tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, our first pitch of the ball game. And swing and miss, and the changeup gets him out fooled right there for strike 2. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. And that's going to be lined right there. Here comes a runner from third. Tagging up, he's going for it. And right there they will plate their 4th run, and they are down to their final out of the inning. I do believe that San Antonio has a great chance of coming back in this one. Hopefully they do. Now bring up Edgar Armas, the right fielder, 1 for 3, double and run, and down to their final out of this evening's ball game. 7-4, the bottom of the 9th inning, with base runners at first and second, and 2 away here tonight. So Frisco looks like they're about to win this one. And now here's the 0-1. And the four-seam fastball inside the zone, and now they're down against it. Their final strike of the evening. And now here's the 0-2. And that curveball misses outside, ball 1. And now you've got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2-1, 2 out, 7-4 our game in the bottom and the last of the 9th inning. Here's a 1-2. And that is strike 3 called, and the RoughRiders win the first of this 4-game series. You've got to say the final score of this tally of the ball game, 7-4, as the Frisco RoughRiders will win this one here tonight. Continue to stay on the air with us as we continue to bring you live coverage. We got your final line scores as we get ready to wrap this one up for the evening. So stay tuned. We will be back here on the show in just a few short moments.
Here now is our final line score. First for the victorious RoughRiders, 7 runs on 13 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Mission, 4 runs on 5 hits. 1 error. They left 10 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 23 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
All right, we are back here on the show on this Thursday night as we just wrapped up a ball game, 7-4 the final score. And we're about to give you your final line scores First for the victorious Frisco RoughRiders, 7 runs on 13 hits, no errors. And for San Antonio, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Austin Bibbins-Dirks will take the win on the mound. The save will go to Luis Castro. Losing pitcher for the San Antonio Missions here tonight, Lamont Finley, will get the L for this evening. Center fielder Adrian Esquivel is the player of the game, tops as well. So say tops player of the game for the center fielder for the Frisco RoughRiders, number 23, Adrian Esquivel. 3 for 4 with 3 bases and an RBI. And gotta say, that right there is a wrap. Well, we are back at 7 o'clock tomorrow, our live stream. And don't forget, we are on Friday Night Baseball as we continue our series, our last ever day of the month of July. And don't forget, we are Saturday, August 1st, as we play the 3rd of the 4-game series against the Frisco RoughRiders. Don't forget, we'll wrap up the series on Sunday afternoon at 4:05 in the afternoon. Our game on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday games versing off the Corpus Christi Hooks. And we are gone for 10 straight as we take on Frisco, Arkansas, and Northwest Arkansas. And gotta say, that right there, we will be back home on Tuesday, August 18th, taking on a 6-game homestand. The Northwest Arkansas Naturals and the Arkansas Travelers come to town. We are on the road on Tuesday, August 25th, as we get ready to wrap up our road series. The final 7 on the road of the current season. And then we are back home as we take on a 7-game homestand, the last of the 2015 baseball season, as we play the Midland Rockhounds and the Corpus Christi Hooks. And don't forget, Midland in first place in the 2015 South Division playoffs. So, gotta say, that right there, pretty good. They are the first half champions, and pretty much I think they'll be the second half champions as well. For all of us people here tonight, 7-4 our final here as the Frisco RoughRiders will take game 1 of this 4-game series. And gotta say, that right there will just about do it. We say goodnight, and we will see y'all tomorrow for game 2 of this 4-game series. Good night, everybody.